Hey, my name's Wayne Kraska. Many people here in the US know me just as Kraz. So you might have seen the title of my little presentation here is I Had a Stroke. How come I am thankful? I'm here in Rome, Georgia, which is about 2 hours northwest of Atlanta, the major city here in Georgia. We're about 25 miles from the nearest interstate highway, which is I-75, which winds its way from Atlanta northwest towards Chattanooga, Tennessee. We are an isolated small town, pretty much 35,000 people who are fairly aging, like myself, in some respects. About 10 days ago, I was coaching the team that I started here in 2018, the Roan Redbacks, on a Wednesday night training session. Completed the session and came home and started to freshen up and was about to head to bed. At that time, my partner Lydia started to notice there was something wrong with me and things were a little different. I did sleep that night, but woke up in the morning reasonably early and jumped straight into play Aussie business, preparing shipping and packaging for a few orders that had come in the previous day and overnight. For those who may be not aware, Play Aussie is the largest distributor of Sherrin footballs now outside of Australia, as well as providing access to licensed AFL merchandise and other needs that Aussie Rules football teams need to participate in games here in the US, including custom uniforms. So while I started to prepare the morning shipments, I had knelt down onto the floor to prepare a package, and while I tried to stand, I actually fell. Lydia came to my aid and was unable to help me stand alone, and immediately noticed significant changes to my face and my ability to use the left side of my body. She immediately called 911 and the paramedics were here within about 4 minutes. Completing neuro tests, they also, as Lydia suspected, they also confirmed I was likely having a stroke. I was rushed to emergency at Redmond Hospital here in Rome, and within 40 minutes I was on the operating table undergoing brain surgery. I was lucky enough to have here in the Northwest Georgia area one of the most talented neurosurgeons who completed a procedure to unblock an artery in the lower base part of my brain through my neck, basically the carotid artery. I've remained in ICU. I remained in ICU 6 days. To begin my recovery, I had to undergo a second brain surgery where they inserted a stent into my artery in my neck. As you can see now, I'm back home and starting to recover, much to the help, thankfully, of the support of my Roan Redbacks Australian Rules Football Club. What they have done in the last 10 days has been phenomenal. The support of myself and for Lydia has made a world of difference to our lives and to my recovery. Rome, Georgia is a small town of just 35,000 people, and what I'm here to talk about basically is how thankful I am that I have been able to bring what I experienced for 20 years playing and coaching Australian rules football in Australia until the mid-90s here to the US and see the uplifting and support that Lydia and I have experienced over the last 10 days and the outpouring of love from around the US for both of us from all corners of the footy fraternity and back into Australia as well. I've obviously missed a few things in those 10 days. One of those was something I was really looking forward to, was the USA Revolution and Freedom Camp, which was held in Savannah, Georgia last weekend, where a friend of mine, Justin Ward, has been attempting to establish her team, the Savannah Hurricane. I've also been dabbling in other development work, especially over the last few years through my Play Aussie business development games. A special mention to Nick Parker in Wilmington, North Carolina, who has taken on so much of my advice and my learning of growing the Roan Redbacks and how to build a team around a community culture that will support each other through thick and thin. And this has been demonstrated to me just recently. I've also been able to assist teams like the Jacksonville Saints, the Birmingham Bushrangers in Alabama, Jacksonville obviously in Florida, and several other startups here, mostly here in the Southeast, but elsewhere as well around the US. So missing the Freedom and Revolution training camp last week made me realize there's still plenty of work to do to increase the development of Aussie Rules football, and especially in smaller towns. I've always said for quite some time it's actually easier to smart a team in a small town than it is in a larger city. There's a connectivity here in small towns. People know each other. The degree of separation, it's not 6 degrees. Sometimes it's only 2 or 3. Many people know each other and the conversations flow a lot easier, and the support for what you're trying to achieve can be a lot easier. So if you're thinking of starting a team, don't hesitate. And as I say to many of the teams that approach me, or many of the development people who come to me for advice, the first thing I tell them is start. Just start now and don't stop. It's a long road and can take a lot of commitment and a lot of mistakes, believe me. But if you stay for the long course and be consistent, a successful development like the Roan Redbacks, who have been a godsend to myself and Lydia these past 10 days, can really happen. As a former head coach of the USA Freedom and the inaugural coach, I implore you to continue to help us grow Aussie Rules football here in the US by starting small projects that lead into bigger projects, that lead into teams just like the Redbacks, just like the Bombers in Wilmington, just like the Saints in Jacksonville and the Bushrangers in Alabama. And a shout out to another friend, Josh Cartmell, who's in upstate New York, starting the Finger Lakes Blue Herons, another little area that we're trying to help with through Play On. So thank you to everyone who has contacted us through social media and supported us, and it continues right to this very moment. It's going to be a long road back, not only personally, but also financially. But anyone who knows me, and a few have said in a few messages, they know I'm tough and know that I will be back. Thanks for listening. Take care of those around you. Take care of those within your footy club. Build it with a culture where everybody helps everyone, and you'll never have a bad day. Surviving a stroke at my age of 63, and I can be thankful for the Roan Redbacks and the USAFL footy community. Thanks. I'll see you out there again very soon. Cheers.